May 5 holds a special meaning in my life. It represents one of the worst days I've ever had in my life, but also one of the best. One of the worst days in my life happened 19 years ago. I was working as a news director at a television station, and even though I got along with my coworkers, I had a lot of good friends, and I was really good at my job, I still felt lost. I felt as though what I was doing really wasn't making a difference in the world. Not only that, but I was as far away from God as I've ever been in my life. I wasn't attending church anywhere, and I spent a lot of time partying. Then on May 5, 2002, I had just gotten home from a night of partying. And I remember sitting down in my room and wondering, why am I here? I looked around my room and I found this. It was a journal that my friend Sarah had given me a few years prior to that. I grabbed this and I grabbed a pen and I started writing. And this is what I wrote. I feel like my life has lost all meaning. If I'm supposed to do something more in my life, why can't I just get on with it? Why do I feel like I'm in the waiting room, but nobody is coming to get me? See, this is definitely one of the worst days in my life. I felt like I had no hope. But the thing is, after I wrote that, I did something that I hadn't done in a long time. I sat down and I prayed. You know what? Just a few days later, my friend Amy talked to me about volunteering in a mentoring program called Lunch Buddies. A couple months after that, I was offered a new job, and my life has never been the same. May 5, 2002 was one of the worst days of my life, but 9 years later, it was one of the best. Because at 12:45 p.m. on May 5, 2011, my wife and I welcomed our daughter, Hope, into this world. We named her Hope LaShawn, which actually means the expectation of God's graciousness. The funny thing is, it wasn't until a few years ago that I actually put these two events together and realized that one of the worst days of my life was also one of the best days of my life because God gave me hope. The thing is, that's what God does. Romans chapter 15 verse 13 says, "May the God of hope fill you with all joy and peace as you trust in Him so that you may overflow with hope by the power of the Holy Spirit." So the next time that you feel lost and insignificant, don't lose hope. Instead, turn to the God who can turn your life around and give you hope.